Okay, now that we've kind of pretty much got them to where they're okay, I'm just gonna set these over here. I'm gonna bring my ganache out here. Just a big healthy dollop. This is our glue to hold everything together. And since the cake is cold, this is gonna set up pretty quick, so kind of have to work fast. And I've got probably 7 or 8 pounds of chocolate in here that I made this ganache with. So, like I said, it's a 3-to-1 ratio, and I think it was 2 recipes of 3 pounds. Yeah, about 3 pounds each with the heavy cream. Okay, so what we're doing is we just want to make sure we have a stack. We're gonna, like I said, we're gonna carve it up and make it look all craggy and fun, but there's no reason. And if you had, 4 8-inch cakes, that would be fine too. But that's just extra cake that you don't need to try to figure out what to do with. So if you just do the smaller squares, and you can do this with the round cakes too, it doesn't matter. Just as long as you have the height and go from there. Okay, one last one. Now this one obviously you don't need to cover, but that's pretty good, huh? All right, so now I'm just gonna start kind of trying to figure out what I want to do here. Let's see, I think I'm gonna just cut this off here. So as I cut them, I just set them to the side because I'm gonna use them again. Actually, I think this is gonna go up in here maybe, or I'll just set it around, I'll play with it. But let's just get the general shape out there now, okay? Same here. You don't want these square corners here. So just start carving away anything that doesn't look like an iceberg. Well, you know what I mean. Okay, so here we go, and this is kind of pointy. So we want to come around here and just carve away. So again with the corners. Kind of making a mess here, but that's okay. We make a mess. Okay, and then maybe bring this down. Maybe make a little shelf for somebody to be sitting on back here. And then just kind of, I don't know if any of you have ever seen an iceberg, but they're not real. They can be kind of angular, but then sometimes they're more rounded, just depending on how the wind has hit them. So we're just going to kind of do it up here. Okay, so let's take this guy, and I want to build up the top a little bit here. So we're going to take this and just put it right back up in here. Put some more icing on there, some more ganache. I want to give it a little bit of height there, just so it, just so it's high and has some interesting features. Maybe add a little bit here. Now we're going to cover the whole thing, so it's going to be fine. Just trim this down here. Just stack what you just cut off back up on there, just to give it some interesting kind of dimension, kind of looks like a house, doesn't it? Doesn't? Okay. So that looks pretty good. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. They're not perfect. It's just depending on how the wind, try to get some of these sharper edges off of there. Now we're going to take some of these pieces and we're going to make like little iceberg-lets, what do you want to call them, out in the water that we put on here. Oh, we didn't know we were going to make water, did you? Yeah, we are. Okay, well, anyways, like I said, this is just kind of just put little pieces around just to try to make it. We're going to put some little figures on here. So we want to have some little shelves to put, you know, where we can stick our little guys. Let's see, does that look? Not so much there. Okay, and just play with it. Just look around, see what you know, what pieces you've cut off and what you can stick back on in a different spot, just to make it, just to add a little bit of interest to the whole thing. So it's absolutely not an exact science, trust me. It is not. So let's put this one back in here. And everything has, you know, got this filling, this ganache, so it's going to taste really good. Okay, so that's pretty much the carvature. So now we're going to wipe up my mess again, and then come back and I'll show you how to cover the whole thing, and then we'll get it into the refrigerator so it can get nice and solid before we cover it with fondant.